Let's get something clear right away. Something that might sting a little, but it's the truth. Responsibility is heavy. It's a weight. And that's precisely why most people spend their entire lives avoiding it. They'll tell you they want all the good stuff. Success, freedom, respect, unshakable confidence, even power. But here's the catch. They don't want the weight that comes with it. They want the reward without the ownership. They want the prize without running the race. And what does that get them? A life filled with excuses, a Rolodex of reasons why things aren't working out, and a future that looks suspiciously like their past. Responsibility is the moment you stop pointing your finger outward and start pointing it inward. It's the second you realize it's not your parents' fault. It's not your difficult past. It's not the economy, your boss, or some vague notion of bad luck. It's you. The second you truly take responsibility, you take control. And let's be honest, control is terrifying to people who have grown comfortable with blaming everyone and everything else. It's so much easier to be a passenger in your own life than to grab the steering wheel. Here's the truth that most people will never tell you, because it's not comforting, but it is liberating. Your life, right now, looks the way it does because of the decisions you have made. And just as importantly, the decisions you have avoided making up to this point. Now, that's not an insult. Don't hear it as a criticism. Hear it for what it is. That's power. It's the ultimate power. Because if your choices created this reality, then your choices can change it. You have the ability to build a completely different life starting today. But it comes at a cost. It means you have to give up your favorite weapon, your go-to defense mechanism. The excuse, responsibility doesn't care how hard your life was, it doesn't care what you went through, or how unfair it all felt. It's not cold or heartless. It's just relentlessly practical. Responsibility looks at your situation, acknowledges it, and then asks the most important question you will ever face. Okay, this is where you are. Now, what are you going to do about it? And that single question is what separates the adults from the children. Children point fingers and wait for someone to fix it. Adults roll up their sleeves and build a solution. Weak people wait to be saved. Strong people become their own rescue. Think about what this looks like in the real world. Responsibility is waking up exhausted, when your bed feels like a magnet and still doing what needs to be done. It's keeping your word when it's inconvenient, when it would be so much easier to just back out. It's showing up and putting in the work when no one is watching, when there's no applause or recognition on the line. It's having the courage to admit when you're wrong, without launching into a 10-minute defense of your ego. And yes, it is deeply uncomfortable, because responsibility is the ultimate killer of the victim mindset. And some people would rather be victims than winners. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's true. Victims get sympathy. Winners get pressure. Victims get a pass. Winners get expectations. So let me be blunt. If your life isn't improving, it's not because you don't know enough. We're living in the information age. You can learn anything. It's not because you're unlucky, and it's not because the world is against you. It's because you haven't fully, 100% accepted responsibility yet. You might say you have. You might even believe it. But your daily habits, your actions, they tell the real story. Responsible people operate on a different frequency. They don't wait for motivation to strike like lightning. They move on discipline. They build systems and routines that carry them forward, especially on the days they don't feel like it. They don't wait to feel ready, because they know ready is a myth. They take action, even messy, imperfect action, and let their confidence catch up to their efforts. They don't waste energy asking, whose fault is this? They ask a much more powerful question. What's my move? That single shift in perspective changes everything. It reframes every problem as an opportunity for a strategic response. And this is where it gets really good. Responsibility gives you something that no one can ever take away. Genuine self-respect. Because deep down, you only truly trust yourself when you keep the promises you make to yourself. Every time you say you'll wake up early and you hit snooze, you lose a little credibility with your own mind. Every time you promise to finish a project and you procrastinate, you erode that inner trust. But every time you follow through, especially when it sucks, you're not just getting a task done, you are forging unshakable confidence. You're casting a vote for the person you want to become. That's why truly responsible people carry themselves differently. They walk differently. They speak with more certainty. They think with more clarity. They don't need to announce their strength. It's evident in their presence. It's in the quiet consistency of their actions. But here's the part no one warns you about. When you first decide to take full responsibility, you will feel profoundly alone, because you'll have this gut-wrenching realization that no one is coming to save you. There is no perfect moment waiting around the corner. There is no magical breakthrough that will suddenly make everything easy. There is just you, your choices, and the work that needs to be done. And that is the exact point where most people quit. They feel the weight, they feel the solitude, and they run right back to the comfort of their excuses, right before their life would have changed. But what if you stay? What if you decide to carry the weight? What if you stop negotiating with your comfort zone and start demanding more from yourself? You become dangerous in the best possible way. You become a force. You stop reacting to life and you start leading it. You stop complaining about your circumstances and you start producing results. You stop wishing for a better future and you start building it, brick by brick. Responsibility is the ultimate alchemy. It turns pain into progress. It transforms failure into feedback. It converts pressure into pure strength. And then, slowly at first, and then all at once, something incredible happens. Your life starts responding to you. The world starts bending to your will, not because it got easier, but because you got stronger. You start attracting better opportunities. You start earning genuine respect from others. You gain more control, and with it, more freedom. So here's the challenge I'm laying down for you today. Take radical responsibility. For your mornings, how you start your day sets the tone for everything else. For your health, the energy you have is the fuel for your ambitions. For your mindset, the stories you tell yourself create your reality. For your finances, your time, your relationships, your future, take ownership of all of it. No more excuses. No more delays. No more half-hearted effort. Because the moment you fully own your life is the moment you stop being at its mercy. Yes, responsibility is heavy, but I promise you, regret is a much, much heavier burden to carry. Choose your weight. Thanks for watching.